Salalah, the jewel of southern Oman, is not only famous for its misty Kharif season, emerald mountains, and pristine beaches, but also for something that often goes unnoticed by the casual traveler: the magical world of its wetlands. Hidden among the lagoons, estuaries, and coastal stretches of Dhofar lies a paradise for birds. These wetlands, nourished by monsoon rains and the generous embrace of the Arabian Sea, create a safe haven for countless species of resident and migratory birds. For nature lovers and birdwatchers, Salalah is not less than a living aviary, where the air is filled with the flutter of wings and the songs of unique species that travel thousands of kilometers to find sanctuary here. In this narration, let us take you on a journey into the heart of Salalah's waters and wetlands, unfolding the stories of tourist birds, seasonal visitors, and the intricate rhythms of their breeding and life cycles. The wetland habitats of Salalah. Before we dive into the bird species themselves, it is important to picture the habitats that make Salalah special. Unlike the rest of Oman, Dhofar enjoys a unique climate shaped by the Indian Ocean monsoon, locally called the Kharif. This seasonal mist transforms the landscape into lush greenery and fills the coastal plains with streams, lagoons, and marshes. Wetland areas like Khor Ruri, Khor Ad Dahariz, Khor Soli, Khor Mugsale, and Khor Taka are internationally recognized as critical bird habitats, listed under the Ramsar Convention for their ecological importance. These wetlands are not just water bodies, they are complex ecosystems where reeds, mangroves, and shallow lagoons provide feeding, nesting, and resting grounds. It is here that the miracle of avian life tourist birds, the migratory visitors. Every year, as the northern hemisphere begins to freeze in winter, thousands of migratory birds take to the skies. Their long and perilous journey leads many of them to Salalah, where they find a warm refuge. These tourist birds arrive mainly between October and March, turning the lagoons into a spectacular theatre of colours and movement. Among them, one of the most striking is the greater flamingo. With its pink plumage and elegant stance, the flamingo often becomes the star attraction for visitors. These birds are filter feeders, using their uniquely shaped beaks to sift small organisms, like algae and crustaceans from the shallow waters. Although they do not breed in Oman, Salalah provides a safe resting and feeding ground during their travels. Another charismatic winter visitor is the black-winged stilt. With its delicate body balanced on long, red legs, its graceful movements across the waters surface make it look like a dancer of the wetlands. Alongside them, Eurasian spoonbills, with their flat, spoon-shaped beaks, sweep the waters in search of food. Then there are the raptors. Every so often, visitors to Khor Ruri may spot the mighty osprey, also called the fish eagle, hovering above the lagoon before plunging into the water to catch fish. These birds remind us of the wild power hidden within the wetlands. Seasonal birds, the local guests. Not all birds in Salalah are long-distance travelers. Some are seasonal visitors that move regionally depending on food and climate. During the Kharif, when the region transforms into a lush green oasis, insect populations boom, attracting species like swallows and wagtails, who thrive on the abundance of food. The Indian roller, with its turquoise wings flashing under the sun, is another beloved seasonal bird. It is often seen perched on wires or trees, diving to catch insects in the open fields created by the rains. Equally enchanting are the bee-eaters, small and colorful birds that live up to their name by skillfully catching bees and other flying insects in midair. Their playful, acrobatic flights often mesmerize tourists. Seasonal coastal guests include gulls and terns, who follow the fish along the Arabian Sea. During certain months, large flocks of Caspian terns or slender-billed gulls can be seen resting along the beaches, their calls echoing with the sound of the waves. Breeding birds of Salalah, the natives. Among the most fascinating stories in Salalah's wetlands are those of the breeding birds, species that choose to raise their young here. One such example is the Kentish plover, a small shorebird that nests along sandy beaches and mudflats. Its eggs, carefully camouflaged against the sand, are often difficult to spot, protecting them from predators. The plover chicks, once hatched, are precocial, meaning they are ready to walk and forage almost immediately. a vital survival strategy in the open landscapes. Another breeder is the spur-winged lapwing, recognizable by its sharp calls and striking black and white plumage. These birds are known for their fierce protection of nests. Even humans walking nearby may find themselves chased away by the bold parents. In the reed beds and freshwater stretches, the purple heron and little grebe build floating nests, weaving reeds into small cradles anchored to vegetation. The sight of grebe chicks riding on their parents' backs is one of the most endearing spectacles of the wetlands. Life cycles and survival strategies. The bird life of Salalah is not just about presence. It is about rhythm, the cycle of migration, courtship, breeding, feeding, and survival. Migratory birds, like flamingos and spoonbills, synchronize their life cycles with the changing seasons. They breed in faraway lands, flamingos in East Africa or Iran, spoonbills in Europe, and then arrive in Salalah when conditions are harsh in their home ranges. Here, they rest, feed, and regain strength for the return journey. Resident birds like the Kentish plover adapt their cycles locally. Courtship begins with displays of flight and calls. Nests are scraped into the sand, and chicks grow rapidly to take advantage of the seasonal abundance of insects. Herons and grebes depend on the Kharif waters, timing their breeding so that food is plentiful for their young. The seasonal rains not only fill the lagoons but also trigger the hatching of aquatic insects and fish, ensuring that chicks have enough food to grow. Raptors like ospreys follow a different cycle. Some breed along Oman's coastline, others migrate through, but their entire survival depends on the availability of fish, linking their life cycle tightly with the productivity of the Arabian Sea. Why Salalah matters: conservation and tourism. Salalah's wetlands are more than just stopovers for birds. They are vital lifelines. Without them, migratory species would lose their resting points, and local breeders would have no safe nurseries. Yet, with growing urbanization and tourism, these habitats face pressure. Fortunately, Oman has recognized their importance. Protected areas like Khor Ruri and Khor Soli are carefully managed, balancing tourism with conservation. For birdwatchers and ecotourists, these wetlands are a paradise, where one can witness hundreds of species within a small radius, making Salalah one of the richest birding destinations in the Arabian Peninsula. Ecotourism here is not only about watching birds, it is about understanding their stories. Every flamingo that lands in a lagoon has flown across continents. Every small plover chick hiding in the sand represents the fragile thread of life that depends on these wetlands. A living symphony. To stand by the edge of a Salalah lagoon at dawn is to witness a living symphony. The rising sun glitters on the water. Flamingos stretch their wings. Herons glide silently over the reeds, and the air fills with the chatter of terns and stilts. Each bird plays a role in this orchestra of life. Their presence a reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet. For the tourist, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For the birder, it is a dream destination. And for the birds themselves, Salalah is a sanctuary that sustains them through their endless journeys. Closing thoughts. The wetlands of Salalah are not just geographical features, they are living treasures, woven with the rhythms of wings, feathers, and calls. They are crossroads where Africa, Asia, and Europe meet in the form of migratory birds. They are nurseries where life begins for plovers, herons, and grebes. And they are a reminder that in the quiet corners of Oman, nature thrives in ways both delicate and grand. Before we dive into the bird species themselves, it is important to picture the habitats that make Salalah special. Unlike the rest of Oman, Dhofar enjoys a unique climate shaped by the Indian Ocean monsoon, locally called the Kharif. This seasonal mist transforms the landscape into lush greenery and fills the coastal plains with streams, lagoons, and marshes. Wetland areas like Khor Ruri, Khor ad-Dahariz, Khor Soli, Khor Mugsail, and Khor Taka are internationally recognized as critical bird habitats, listed under the Ramsar Convention for their ecological importance. These wetlands are not just water bodies, they are complex ecosystems where reeds, mangroves, and shallow lagoons provide feeding, nesting, and resting grounds. It is here that the miracle of avian life unfolds. As you walk along the shores of Khor Ruri or gaze across the lagoons of ad-Dahariz, pause for a moment. Look at the flamingos standing in the water, the plovers running along the sand, the ospreys soaring above. Behind each bird is a story of survival, migration, and life. Salalah's wetlands are not just beautiful, they are sacred spaces where the miracle of bird life unfolds every single day. So the next time you visit Salalah, remember, it is not only the mountains, the beaches, or the waterfalls that make it magical. It is also the wings above the waters, the hidden voices in the reeds, and the endless journeys of birds that make this land a paradise on earth.